Sorry, not better. Oh, I know. Here, just use a little tape and there you go. Good as new. Well, that's all right, because we'll find a new shell for ya.
Okay, let's talk about SpongeBob Season 6. It's not the best season, but as I've said before, it also has a ton of good episodes. One of those episodes is Shell Shocked. Unfortunately, though, I have to, bear some bad news and ruin some childhoods, as this episode has 2 mistakes. Here's the first one, Grapple Gang. Let's see if you guys can spot it before I reveal the mistake, all right? Take a look.
Mr. Krabs, perhaps you could help me find a new shell for Gary.
Well, I'd be honored to help you and your sniveling snail during such desperate times. Now, how much you got?
Nothing, Mr. Krabs. I'm broke.
Oh, I see.
But wait, Mr. Krabs!
Did you guys catch it? As this one is blatant. Like, I don't know how the art team missed this one. How they could, render and finalize this episode with this mistake in it. Cause it's bad, man. But yeah, when Mr. Krabs says, "Oh, I see," during this scene, let's take a look at his arm, as one of his red arms is not very red right now. As a matter of fact, it's transparent because the animators forgot to color in his arm. Look, older episodes get a little bit of an excuse, but this is season 6, which is still kind of old, so. But still, this shouldn't be happening, man. Like, I'm zooming in on this. That is rough. And that's not it for this episode. There's another one that's pretty bad too. Take a look at this.
Okay, you're right, it's not a shell. Oh! Greetings, Earthling. I am SpongeBob. I come from the future.
This is another very blatant one. So when SpongeBob puts on the space helmet, let's watch it in slow motion. As if we look closely, SpongeBob's arms actually go through the space helmet as he's putting it on. Yeah, I'm gonna freeze right here and you can see it, like his arms are just going through it. So yeah, another rough mistake for this episode. It's a good episode, Shell Shocked, but boy are the mistakes bad. Not as bad as this next episode. Let's head over to this next episode. Let's do it.
Here you are, your new home. Oh, Smelly, this is gonna be great. We'll be one big happy family.
So let's head back to season 4 for this one. I personally do not like season 4. Like, aside from the original Fry Cook episode and the one where it's Plankton and Mr. Krabs' origin story, aside from those 2 episodes, I hate this season. But the episode is The Thing from season 4. And we're only gonna cover one mistake, and let's make it quick. It's still pretty spicy though. Roll the footage.
They wouldn't know real culture even if it hit them like a truck full of cement.
So for this one, guys, I really need you to listen closely as it's kind of complicated. So I want you to look at this scene, look at the background, all right? Before Squidward hits the cement truck, as you can see, the environment is a street, all right? They're on a street. It's right here, you can see it. But after Squidward hits the cement truck and rolls down covered in cement, poor Squidward, dude, imagine getting covered in cement. Look at the scene now as it changed from that street to a grassy field. This is really weird. I'm gonna show a side-by-side of how the background look, and this all happened in a matter of 30 seconds, so totally a mistake here. The environment and background of a scene doesn't just change randomly. The animators just messed up. And we're gonna keep it going. Here's another episode, guys, with more mistakes.
Attention zoo patrons! Clamu the giant oyster is on an emotional rampage! Please scream and run around in circles! Thanks for coming.
Here's another season 2 banger, The Smoking Peanut. This episode is actually a little more underrated in terms of season 2. People like this episode, but I feel it gets overshadowed by all of the other bangers in season 2. Of course, though, just like that last episode, I gotta ruin some childhoods here because there's mistakes in this episode. Roll the footage.
Hey, Patrick, what are you doing?
Oh, hi, SpongeBob. I'm just continuing my investigation of the Great Clamu Caper.
Have you found out anything?
Yes! No, wait. No. Don't worry, SpongeBob! Patrick's on the case! The truth will be revealed!
I'd better go see Sandy. She'll know what to do.
I can't stand it anymore. That poor critter.
So you need to pay close attention, and you guys need to listen closely for this one. So, while SpongeBob is running to Sandy's tree dome saying, "I'll ask Sandy, she'll know what to do," the typical SpongeBob bubble transition starts, but if we look at the bottom, we can see this weird blue card that says Rough Draft Korea on it, which might be confusing to you guys, but this is a mistake. Back in the day, Rough Draft Korea is the company that would animate all of the episodes of SpongeBob. It would be written and the storyboards and everything would be done in North America, but then it would be sent to Rough Draft Korea to do the final edit and animate everything. So yeah, this text in blue screen at the bottom was a mistake by Rough Draft Korea during that transition between different scenes. So if you understand animation, I'm over explaining this and you already get it. So yeah, here's another mistake from the episode though.
The Bikini Bottom Zoo is having its annual flea day. Flea balloons, flea drinks, flea light bulbs.
Let's book him!
Wow, you guys are good. I'm the last person I would have suspected.
Yeah, tell it to the judge, Pinky.
Oh no! Patrick's too sensitive for the big house. Wait! Stop!
I'm the one you want!
So for this one to make sense, I need to show you footage from earlier on in the episode. So as you can see in this shot right here, Oyster Stadium is like a walled-in zoo with like big walls and everything, all right? But if this is the case, then how can SpongeBob still see the stadium top to bottom clearly from his house during this scene? It's not that big of a deal, but that's a mistake. Like SpongeBob would not be able to see that good of a vision of the stadium from his home. He'd be able to see it, but it's walled in. He wouldn't be able to see inside it like that. So totally a mistake and kind of a funny one. Let's keep it moving though, guys. Lots of unbelievable mistakes coming up, so stay tuned, especially this next one.
Hey, Mr. Krabs, what's the good word?
Well, actually, SpongeBob, there's two words. And they're not very good. You're fired.
What?
Let's head over to season 9 for this next one. The episode is SpongeBob You're Fired, an episode all about, well, SpongeBob getting fired. He gets canned, bro, and has to go and work at all of these different fast food restaurants. Like, I'm gonna get into the mistake really quickly, but also real quick, here's a little highlight of all of the different places he works at. I'll make it really quick, and then we're getting right to the mistakes.
What in the name of Davy Jones's gym shorts are these?
They're weenie patties.
What have you done? You turned an innocent pizza into a pizza patty.
It's some sort of burrito patty.
And take your noodle patty with you.
Yeah, SpongeBob gets around in this episode, and now I'm just hungry. Like, all of these different places, like a hot dog place, I'm hungry. But anyways, what I'm also hungry for are these mistakes. Here's the first one.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here I am wallowing in my misery, and it's past your dinner time. Sorry, Gary, you must be starving. Don't worry, Gare Bear. I'll open up a can of snail po for you. Oh no, we're all out of snail po.
This is another complicated one where you guys gotta pay close attention. So when SpongeBob goes into the cupboard to get some snail food for Gary the first time, if one looks closely, one can see that there are multiple cans inside right here. Look at all of those cans of food. Gary's fed for weeks, but we have a continuity error as when the scene progresses and when SpongeBob says, "I'll open up a can of snail po for you," while opening the same cupboard, now it's empty, and I highly doubt that SpongeBob just fed all of these cans. I'm showing it on screen, the original shot of the cupboard. All of these cans of food, I highly doubt he fed all of them to Gary in a matter of seconds. So this was a continuity error. First, there were a ton of cans, as you can see, and then the shelf is just empty. Like, what? Weird mistake, and here's another one.
It just won't be the same around here without you. You'll have to visit sometime as a customer. Bye-bye now. Sayonara. Good riddance.
This one's not that big of a deal, but I noticed it while watching through the episode. So, when SpongeBob is forced out of the Krusty Krab by Squidward, if we look inside, there are no tables at all. When just take a look at this random clip from the Krusty Krab from another episode, there's always tables inside the restaurant. So it's very weird that in this one scene when Squidward's kicking SpongeBob out, that there's no tables, which is most likely a mistake. And guys, it doesn't end here. I've got another episode, and this is where things are gonna get wild. Animators should have gotten fired for these upcoming mistakes, okay? It's rough.
And what's up with that squirrel fur? I guess fleas need a home too, huh?
Squirrel fur!
This next one is going to be a ton of fun, especially for all of the old people watching this, as we're gonna go back to Squirrel Jokes, a season 2 episode, and boy, oh boy, is this one a banger. Like seriously, this episode's so good. I hate to break it to you guys, I'm gonna have to ruin some childhoods as this one has a mistake. It actually has 3, so let's dive right in. Here's the first one.
Hey, look, guys! It's the stupid squirrel! I know, let's try and communicate with it. Duh.
We're gonna start light, okay? This first one is bad in Squirrel Jokes, but the other two in this one are really, really bad. Like, animators got fired because of this episode. Anyways, though, the first one, when Sandy's in the grocery store and 3 fish start making fun of her, these guys are bullies. Let's take a look at Lloyd over here and watch him in slow motion, as his lips flicker orange for 1 frame. Normally, his lips look like this. This is the color of his lips, but in this 1 frame, their lips are like orange, which is incorrect. Your lips don't just randomly change color, guys. Here's a before and after, totally a mistake. Like I said though, we're starting light. Let's head over to the next mistake in Squirrel Jokes, which is really, really bad.
That's true.
Crabs? Oh, brother. They're so cheap, they can't even pay attention.
It's true. I am cheap.
Yeah, so when SpongeBob talks about Mr. Krabs in his stand-up during the talent show, if we head over to Mr. Krabs and we freeze at the right frame, our favorite crab over here has no legs. Like, the animators actually drew Mr. Krabs in this shot, in this scene, with no legs. To be fair, this is a season 2 episode, so it's like over 20 years old, but damn, like, no legs is a really bad mess up, guys. Like, I told you this one was bad, I wasn't lying. And there's another one that's also pretty rough in Squirrel Jokes. Take a look at this mistake.
But seriously, folks, I want to give a special thanks to my friend Sandy.
Did you guys catch it? Well, when the spotlight is put on Sandy after SpongeBob says, I want to give a special thanks to my friend Sandy, let's take a look at Incidental 11 over here, as his fin, well, part of his fin is missing. Normally, Incidental 11 looks like this. Here's an image of him from the SpongeBob wiki, and as you can see, this is how his fin looks. But in this one scene from Squirrel Jokes, like a piece or part of his fin is missing right here. I'm zooming in, and it's not that big of a deal, but if you're a big SpongeBob fan, it is totally a mistake. And let's keep it moving to another episode, guys, with an even crazier mistake. And I'm serious, this one's rough.
So, how big's this thing supposed to get?
Hey, who cares? It's an endless supply of free patties.
Are you gonna cook that thing or just stand there staring at it?
Sorry, Squidward. Coming right up. Oh my goodness!
Man, this season 8 episode is a mouthful. I'm talking about the Krabby Patty that ate Bikini Bottom. Like, what a cool episode. This episode is so good. It has lots of really cool animation. You know, season 8 is very hit or miss. I say this about a lot of the seasons, but this is a good episode in terms of season 8. And as a matter of fact, before we get into the mistake, here are some awesome scenes from this episode. There's a lot of really cool animated scenes. We'll get right into the mistakes after though, so stay tuned.
Mr. Krabs, look out!
Out of my way, you boobs!
Plankton, you're going the wrong way! Turn back or be crushed by a giant monster!
I can't hear you! I need to see this! Ooh, it's gorgeous! Oh, great Patty! Take me! Take me home, Daddy!
Snookums, look out! You've got to promise Mommy you'll be more careful. Neptune knows what she'd do if you were swallowed by the putrid ooze that's running rampant in our streets.
Lots of really cool scenes in this episode, as I said, but there's also a mistake. Let's take a look at this mistake right here.
Squidward, that giant Krabby Patty is on a rampage. We have to escape.
It's a crab avalanche!
Hold it! And just what is it you two think you're doing?
Yeah, so well in the kitchen closer to the ending of the episode, this Krabby Patty right here eats SpongeBob's left shoe and sock, alright? You can see it right here. We can even see SpongeBob's bare foot for a second. But here's the problem. When SpongeBob and Squidward try to exit the restaurant, they reappear now for no apparent reason and remain like this from the rest of the episode. Like he just randomly has his left shoe and sock back. Now, who knows? You know, SpongeBob works here. Maybe he has an extra pair of socks and shoes at work. You know, that would justify this, or maybe it's just a children's cartoon and I'm overthinking this one small little continuity error. That's probably what it is. So let's head over to another episode with a much more blatant mistake that we cannot ignore.
Aha! The library, where he keeps records of his every thought. All of his deepest, juiciest secrets.
Next up, we have the Inside Job, which I feel is a very underrated SpongeBob episode. Now, instead of explaining the plot, I'm just gonna play clips from the episode summarizing what happens, as it'll help the mistake make sense later on. So yeah, here's some funny clips from this episode summarizing it, and then we're gonna get right into its mistake after.
You want the patty recipe, then go to the man who wrote it, Eugene Krabs.
Right. Why didn't I think of that before?
With my mind connector, you'll be able to read Krabs' mind, transferring the recipe directly into your teeny tiny little brain.
Wow, that's a pretty good idea.
Move it!
You're mine.
Hey, where do you want this life-size cutout of you, Mr. Krabs? Hey, Squidward, we blew a fuse.
If I'm gonna get the Krabby Patty recipe, I'm gonna have to go to Command Central. Hi, friend. Why am I making idiotic comments? Superficial greetings.
See, it's underrated. I bet you want to go and watch the full episode after you're done watching this video, of course. But here's that mistake. Roll the footage.
Well, where's the recipe?
The what?
You really need to pay close attention for this one, and I'm even gonna play the footage in slow motion at one point. But when Patrick walks out of the Krusty Krab after Karen takes Plankton, if we watch closely, Patrick's animation actually freezes and like glitches out for a second, as you can see here. I'm gonna loop it and slow down the footage, and yeah, his animation just like stops and just glitches out for a frame. It's really funny. It's really weird. What's going on, man? Anyways, though, let's head over to another episode with more mistakes.
Come on, Wormies, giddy up!
It's the holiday season, so let's kick things off with a snowy, frozen episode. I'm talking about Frozen Face Off from Season 8. This episode is all about like a worm sledding race, which is really cool, but more importantly, it's what you guys are here for. It has some mistakes, 3 to be exact, and they're really rough. Here's the first one. Let's see if you guys can spot it.
The chum bucket? Now serving Krabby Patties!
We're too live!
We'll see about that, boyo.
Whoa! You can't cut in line!
So this one will really need to slow things down for it to be, you know, detectable, but when everyone cuts in line during this scene, let's take a look at SpongeBob's pupil as it blinks blue 4 times. Like, look at this. I'm gonna show it in slow motion again. 1, 2, 3, 4 times. That's pretty rough. I don't think SpongeBob's pupil is supposed to be blue. It's supposed to be black, so this was a pretty rough mistake. And here's another one from this episode. This episode has a lot of errors.
I hate to break up story time, but I'd like to not get eaten today.
So this one you really need to be paying close attention to, just like that last one. But after Sandy says, "I'd hate to break up story time, but I'd like to not get eaten today," same Sandy, and everyone starts running towards the sleigh. Let's take a look at our favorite little yellow sponge over here, as the right side of SpongeBob's white shirt is for some reason red for one single frame. Like, I'm zooming in right here and it's red. This is how SpongeBob's pants normally look right here. Here's a shot from like another episode, but in this one scene, it's just red right here, which is totally a mistake. And guys, there's another one in this episode. It's wild. Roll the footage.
You single-handedly saved your vessel from certain doom!
Nope. That didn't work.
Dude, the mistakes in Frozen Face-Off are really, really bad, and this next one is the worst. So, when Mr. Krabs says, "Nope, that didn't work," let's take a look at Mr. Krabs, as there's this weird orange spacing between his eyes for a frame. Like, this is really weird, dude. Like, I'm gonna zoom in right here. Look at this. I'm circling it. This little orange spot should not be here. It should just be the sky behind them, like the background. So, really rough mistake, man. And guys, there's more. Let's head over to another episode with an even worse mistake. Let's do it. Let's go.
Hello?
No!
Sorry, sir. We're closed.
Ahoy there, Krusty Krab. How can I help you? Pizza? Of course we have pizza.
Mr. Krabs, we don't serve pizza. We don't deliver.
We don't deliver, but you do.
First up, we have an episode that any old school SpongeBob fan loves, and that's Pizza Delivery. I love this episode. This episode's all about Mr. Krabs literally turning a Krabby Patty into pizza, and then SpongeBob and Squidward going on quite the epic adventure to get it delivered. What I'm here to deliver though, what Cartoon Corey is here to deliver though, is this mistake. There's 3 in this episode. Here's the first one.
Antenna. Check. Bumper. Check. Bumper. Sticker. Check.
Back it up.
Okay.
Shift into reverse, SpongeBob.
Reverse. Oh, yeah, reverse.
Back it up.
Back it up!
Give me the wheels, SpongeBob. Give me the wheels.
Backing up.
Okay, so the boat that SpongeBob and Squidward use to make the delivery at the beginning of the episode, as you can see right here, it has this nice little bumper sticker, okay? Remember this. It's white and green, and it says, "I brake for sea urchins," all right? Very cute, SpongeBob. Now, the reason I'm pointing this out is at first it's on the boat, as I just showed you guys, but as the scene progresses and SpongeBob and Squidward start driving, we get this back shot of the boat, and where is it? Where'd it go? Where'd the bumper sticker go? At first, it was there, so it should be there during this scene. You can tell that the animators drew it here at first for like comedic effect, but then we're feeling a little lazy and didn't draw it during these shots here. And guys, here's another mistake from this episode, and this one's even worse.
How am I supposed to eat this pizza without my drink? Didn't you ever once think of the customer? You call yourself a delivery boy? Well, I ain't buying! Another one? Look, I told your little friend I ain't paying for that!
Well, this one's on the...
Did he change his mind?
He sure did. Ate the whole thing in one bite.
No drink?
No. Now, take me home.
Are you kidding? We have just enough time to make it back to work.
Work.
So for this one, Grapple Gang, I need to give you guys some context. Now, longtime viewers of the channel already know what's coming, but canonically, the Chum Bucket and Krusty Krab have always been shown to be across the street from each other. As you can see in this shot right here, they're directly across from one another. And there's even like a path between the road to both restaurants. Well, at the end of this episode, we get a bit of a swerve, as it's eventually revealed that the customer's house that SpongeBob and Squidward are delivering to turns out to be exactly across the street from the Krusty Krab. It's kinda funny. But this is actually like a total mistake because no, the chum bucket should be directly across the street from the Krusty Krab, as you can see in this clip right here. This is even a different clip to show you. In multiple episodes, it's always been shown that these two restaurants are directly across from one another. So I really don't know how this customer's house is just randomly across the street now. It makes for a funny joke in a cartoon, but in terms of like continuity, it's a mistake. And guys, believe it or not, there's another mistake in this episode. To be fair, it's a season 1 episode, so, but yeah, roll the footage.
Oh, nope. I was wrong. Looks okay. Sure is a fine-looking pizza.
Yeah.
What's that? Is that the cheese?
Yeah.
Oh, looks good, huh?
Wait a second! I know what you're trying to do, Squidward. I'm not letting you eat the pizza!
Give me that pizza!
So this one's more funny, and to be honest, I'm nitpicking, all right? You could tell I'm a hungry boy because I was paying attention to this. It's not that big of a deal, but if you pay attention throughout the episode, there is more, sometimes less, pepperoni on the pizza in different shots. Sometimes it looks like this and has this many pepperonis. Sometimes in this shot, it looks like this and has less pepperonis. So very funny, and let's head over to another episode, guys, with even more mistakes, crazier than the ones we just talked about. Let's do it.
Let's have that tea now. Hi!
Pinky! Pinky!
Next up, we've got a classic tea at the Tree Dome from season 1. Now there's 2 mistakes I really want to get into, so let's do that. Here's the first one, roll the footage.
Where have I seen this before? Here it is. Land squirrel. That little squirrel is in trouble.
Take that, you sorry old clam!
So as all of you guys know, SpongeBob's square pants is a big part of his design. And as you can see, here's a quick PNG of SpongeBob, his belt goes all the way across his pants, right? Remember this. Because early on in the episode Tea at the Tree Dome, during this scene, when SpongeBob says that little squirrel is in trouble, look, let's take a look at the left part of our favorite Sponge's pants. As the left part of his belt is missing, they just forgot to draw it during this one shot, which is pretty funny. That ain't it for this episode though. Here's another mistake from the same episode.
I like you, SpongeBob. Well, we could be tighter than bark on a tree. Hi!
I like you too, Sandy. Say, what is that thing on your head?
Well, that's my air helmet.
May I try it on?
Heck no, I need it to breathe. I gotta have my air.
Me too. I love air. Air is good.
No kid.
Why, air's my middle name. The more air, the better.
Did you guys catch it? Yeah, so let me explain. Take a look at this shot of Sandy Cheeks. This is how she normally looks. This is how she always looks. And as you can see, normally her neck is brown. It's like the same color that we can see on top of her head. It's the color of her fur. But during this one scene in Tea at the Tree Dome, when Sandy says no kidding, dude, what is going on? As her neck is white instead of like brown. When literally in like every other appearance of Sandy throughout the entire series, her neck is brown. So I'm definitely overanalyzing this, that's what I do, but totally a mistake here. Anyways though, let's head over to another episode of SpongeBob with even crazier mistakes.
Look at them eating that garbage. It's disgusting. They're sickening. I hate Krabby Patties.
Ah! Good one, Squidward.
First up is one of my favorite episodes from season 3. This episode is iconic and it's just one bite. This episode's all about Squidward trying a Krabby Patty for the first time and lying. My boy is capping in this episode, pretending he doesn't like Krabby Patties. You, Squidward, are a liar. More importantly though, this episode has 3 mistakes, so yeah, here's the first one.
It's delicious.
Listen, SpongeBob, how long are you prepared to keep this up? Give me that.
I'm gonna be real with you guys, if you caught that one, I'm impressed, as it actually took me like 3 or 4 watch-throughs to actually catch it. But when SpongeBob handcuffs himself to Squidward during this scene, the space between Squidward's arm is like colored in, and it's the same color as his brown shirt right here. I'm zooming in, as you can see. That little space right there should be the blue sky in the background, but the animators messed up. To be fair, this episode came out in like 2001, that's like over 20 years ago, so I'll give them a break, but that is a bad mistake. And that's not it for this episode. This next one's even worse.
You like Krabby Patties, don't you, Squidward?
Yes! Yes! I admit it, SpongeBob! I love Krabby Patties!
I knew it all along, Squidward. No one can resist a Krabby Patty.
This next one happens closer to the ending of the episode when SpongeBob catches Squidward just going crazy with the Krabby Patties. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna show the mistake because it's really bad. But quickly, here are some really quick clips of Squidward just going ham on some Krabby Patties. He loves them. Yeah, Squidward, you are a total liar, bro. You love Krabby Patties. But anyways, during this scene, alright, at the ending of the episode, when SpongeBob says, "I knew it all along, Squidward," take a look at our yellow friend's upper top left hole, as the animators messed up again, as look, it's blue for like a split second. It is only for like a split second, but that's still a mistake and it looks kind of weird. Imagine if SpongeBob's pores were blue. Anyways, though, I've got another mistake from this episode, so let's get back to that. It's a good one!
Good. Now go spread the word. All the wasted years. I gotta have more. I gotta have more. But wait. After that performance, he'd never let me live it down.
Alrighty, last mistake for just one bite, which makes me sad because I love this episode, but hopefully you guys caught it, as it's a little complicated, so listen closely, Grapple Gang. When SpongeBob goes inside the Krusty Krab, we can see this window on his right, and the door is on his left. Remember this, okay? The window can be seen on his right, and the door is right on his left, right there. But as the scene progresses, and Squidward is about to enter, look, now the window is on his left and the door is on his right, which is a major continuity error. The layout of the Krusty Krab wouldn't just change randomly, and here's like a side by side. I'm splitting it right down the middle, side by side, and you can see major continuity error. Not that big of a deal, but hey, we caught it. We found it, Grapple Gang. And we're gonna find even more mistakes in today's video, even crazier ones than this one, so let's keep it moving and head over to another episode.
That's just a snail's way of saying he likes you.
Tickles!
This one's gonna be good. The episode is dumped. This episode's all about Gary wanting to hang out with Patrick more than SpongeBob. It's actually really sad. Here's some sad clips from this episode where you can see it's hurting SpongeBob. And then we're gonna get into what hurt my childhood, the mistakes in this episode. But roll the clips and then we'll get right into those mistakes. Take a look at these sad moments.
Gary, turn around, Gary, turn around. Gary, no. Gary, no. No, don't do it, Gary. No, Gary. I guess you're not coming back, Gary.
Yeah, man, poor SpongeBob. Imagine if your dog or cat just wanted to hang out with your friend or your sibling all the time and not you. It would break my heart. But anyways, we gotta expose some mistakes. Here's the first one.
Okay, that's it, mister. You are coming home with me right this instant. Say goodbye to Patrick, Gary.
Did you guys catch that? Because I sure did, and it's really rough. So, when SpongeBob carries Gary away from Patrick forcefully, and we can see Gary's very sad about it, when the scene zooms in on Gary, for some reason, SpongeBob's sleeve is green. Look at this, it's green instead of white. This is one where I don't even need to show ya, but this is how SpongeBob normally looks, and his sleeves are white. And then as you can see in this shot, why are they green, dude? Like, what? Also, if you look, Gary's spots are way bigger than they normally are. Here's another shot of Gary from this exact same episode from earlier on in the episode. Look right here, I'm circling him. And then look at him in this shot. Why are the dots so big? They're massive. And guys, there's one other mistake from this episode. Take a peek at this.
Oh, Gary, why did you have to go? Why, Gary? Why?
You need to have a good eye for this one, but at one point we can see this picture of Gary, all right? But what's wrong with the picture, guys? There are no spots in the picture of Gary, which is, yeah, another mistake.
What insanity is this?
The insanity of genius!
What's that show doing?
Anything I wanted
Oh, crap.
Coming up next is the season 13 episode Chums. Crazy that there's 13 seasons of SpongeBob. The 14th season just premiered, which by the way, we did a video on season 14 mistakes, so card in the top. Click right here. Anyways though, let's make this one quick. Here's the mistake. Roll the footage.
The secret formula is as good as mine. I made it! Yes!
F is for friends who do stop together. U is for you and me. N is for anywhere at any time at all.
This one just makes me chuckle. It's pretty funny. But while SpongeBob is spraying the Krusty Krab in the beginning of this episode, he's singing the fun song, by the way, which is a nice little reference. As he's spraying though, his right eye turns yellow for one frame. Boom, as you can see here. In SpongeBob, I don't think that's very healthy, buddy. You got a case of like yellow pink eye over here. That's not good. Or the animators just made a little animation mistake, which happens sometimes. You know, it happens. And guys, let's head over to another episode with more mistakes. Dude, the amount of mistakes in SpongeBob is endless. Real quick though, guys, just a reminder, make sure to subscribe as I respond to the comments of all subscribers. So if you click subscribe right now, that red button right now, click it and leave a comment. Cartoon Corey will respond to you, so do it. But yeah, let's head over to that next episode.
Ho, ho, ho! Ho, ho, ho!
Huh? Hello? Who's there? Huh? Hello?
Ho, ho, ho! Ho, ho, ho!
Hello? Yes? Who's there? Huh? Hello? Show yourself. Ooh, hello? Who is it?
Up here, you dunce!
Now I know Christmas is over now, but first up we've got a holiday banger. It's Christmas Who, one of the best SpongeBob Christmas episodes, and it has one mistake. Roll the footage.
Merry Christmas! Ho, ho, ho! Wait! Oh, I see a great Christmas photo. Can you move in a little? Say Santa Claus.
Santa Claus.
Aw, our first Christmas.
So at one point of this episode, Squidward takes a photograph of SpongeBob crying, all right? And when the photograph's taken, we see this shot right here. This is how everything looks. But when Squidward holds up the photo, we can see some major inconsistencies and errors with it. As you've seen in the original shot of SpongeBob crying, the ground is snow. Well, the entire background is snowy, as a matter of fact. But when Squidward holds up the photo, we can see that it's sand. So really weird mistake here where like the photo is completely different than the scene that Squidward took the photo of. Totally a mistake. And guys, surprise, surprise, there's actually another mistake in this episode. Take a look at this.
I don't believe in Santa Claus.
Come on, Squid. All you have to do is write a letter. Squidward, come on.
Come on, Squidward. Don't be a party pooper. Come on out.
Santa Claus is a big phony. Those idiots are gonna be up all night while I get a full night's sleep.
Oh, Santa's coming tonight. Santa's coming tonight. Coming tonight. Santa's coming tonight.
Come on, everybody. Let's sing. waiting till Santa gets here.
So we've actually got 3 mistakes in one, and it all takes place during the scene you just saw, where the fish sing Santa's coming tonight tonight. For one, this right here is incidental 103, alright? And as you can see, his pants seem to disappear and reappear. Here's a shot with him wearing his pants, and then here's a shot of him being a hooligan with his pants just disappearing, and then they reappear again in this shot. That's 2 mistakes right there, and here's another one. As SpongeBob's mouth, as well as incidental 48's eyes, disappear on the word Santa's, as you can see right here. So yeah, as good of an episode this is, it's the best holiday one. It has a lot of mistakes. And guys, stay tuned for future videos, as there's so many other mistakes to cover from this episode. For now though, let's head over to another SpongeBob classic episode with mistakes. You won't believe it.
What a beautiful day.
You said it, pal.
Can you believe that, son?
I could look at it all day.
Yes, sir, we're going back to old school SpongeBob Season 3, and the episode is Sponge Guard on Duty. Now, here are just some funny clips from this episode. There's so many good moments, and then we'll get right into the spicy mistakes.
Just imagine if I were a lifeguard. Who needs to be a lifeguard? I'm cool. Catch this!
What a nostalgic episode. Like, it really brings me back to my childhood, this one. It's a good episode. Of course, though, it has mistakes. It has 3. Here's the first one.
We like Larry better. Does Larry ever give you free ice cream?
Ice cream! Did somebody say ice cream? Where is it? Is it here?
This one's just funny. Like, I cracked up a little bit at this one. But when Patrick is looking at the do not cross sign, if we look really closely, we'll notice that there is one part of the sign that actually says do no cross. All the other ones say do not cross. But this one right here, I'm zooming in on it, says do no cross. Hilarious mistake. And there's another one in this episode.
Oh, can't swim! Oh, no!
SpongeBob?
Yes, Larry?
You're not a lifeguard, are you?
No, Larry.
Let's go, guys!
So during Larry's line, where he says, let's go, guys, if we look, SpongeBob's lips also move when Larry says let's. I'm gonna play it really quickly again in slow motion and watch SpongeBob, as his mouth shouldn't move, but it just randomly moves as if he was going to say something and the line was cut. Look.
No, Larry.
Let's go, guys!
Yeah, you see what I mean? It's kinda weird. Why is SpongeBob's mouth moving during Larry's line? What? Alright though, here's another mistake from this episode.
Free ice cream! Yeah! Everybody got one? Yeah. Now y'all have to wait 1 hour before you go swimming.
This is another funny one. So, when SpongeBob hands out ice cream, if we look at incidental 41 here, at first they have this delicious red popsicle. What flavor do you guys think it is? Cherry, strawberry? Let me know in the comments. But he has a red popsicle, as you can see here, and remember this, as in the very next shot of him, now the popsicle is blue. And I'm also curious what flavor this one is. Is it like blue raspberry? Let me know, guys. What do you think? Blueberry?
What the Father Christmas is going on here?
We got this under control. Go back to your stables.
Next up is the episode SpongeBob's Road to Christmas. How fitting. This episode has one very quick mistake, but the mistake is really bad, dude. Let's jump right into it. Roll the footage, take a look at this.
What's in this box, anyway?
It's a surprise!
I hope it's a stink bomb for that pot-bellied jingle joker.
Santa is not pot-bellied. He just suffers from seasonal bloating.
I'm going to sleep.
But who will fly this thing?
I put it on automatic pilot.
This one only happens for like one frame, so it's very easy to miss this, but when SpongeBob is talking to Plankton and Plankton walks away, like I said, for one frame, his left eyelid turns blue for like a split second. Like, look at this dude. I'm zooming in on it slowly. Yeah, that is bad. That's a mistake. So many mistakes, man, and I've got more, but for that, we gotta head over to an entirely different episode. Get ready though, this mistake is going to be spicy.
Hey, Squidward. Do you like my new boots?
Next up is a season 1 banger of an episode, Squeaky Boots. This episode is all about Mr. Krabs being a really bad dad and getting his daughter a pair of like old boots. Here, I actually want to give you guys some context. It's really funny, and then we're going to get into the mistakes. Roll some funny footage of Mr. Krabs being greedy in this episode. Our boy is greedy.
Pearl, those are the finest fishing boots available.
Dad, you ruined me!
But I got them for a bargain. I spent $2 whole on these boots and now I'm stuck with them.
Yeah, like imagine Mr. Krabs being your dad. You tell him you'd want a PS5 for Christmas and he'd go and get you like a PS2 off of like eBay or something. But anyways, let's get into the mistakes. Here's the first one.
Oh, well, his name's not important, but he was famous all right, don't you worry.
Huh? I'm ready. I want those boots.
This is another type of mistake where you look at it and you're like, what happened here? So when SpongeBob says, I'm ready, I want those boots, in this scene, let's pause as his upper legs are colored white instead of yellow. I don't even think I need to show you guys this, but here's a picture of SpongeBob from another episode, and as you can see, his legs are yellow. They've always been yellow, as a matter of fact. But in this one scene, it's not even for a frame, it's for a couple of seconds. His upper legs are just white. They're just the same color as his socks, which is brutal, dude. Like, this is a really bad mistake. And of course, there's more. Season 1 has a lot of mistakes, especially Squeaky Boots. Roll the footage.
I'm sorry, but I can't take the infernal squid. No more.
Now you need to be a real SpongeBob fan to really catch this mistake, alright? This one's just funny. So I want us to go back to season 1 of SpongeBob, any episode from season 1, and let's take a look at the inside of the Krusty Krab. And what we'll notice is that the floor is green, alright? It's always been green, ever since season 1, since the Steven Hillenburg era. The floor of the Krusty Krab is green. Now, I am a total nerd for like even noticing this. Like, I got my bubble bath game going on right now for even catching this, okay? But in Squeaky Boots during this scene, we can see the Krusty Krab gets like ripped up from the ground, right? But Mr. Krabs is still standing on a piece of it, as you can see here, and the piece that he's standing on, the side that he's standing on, is not green, which is a mistake. It's just like a regular wood color. And hear me out, the bottom of the Krusty Krab, all right, could be the wood color, but the floor on the inside, which is what Mr. Krabs is standing on, is supposed to be green. So yeah, mistake here. And here's another one.
At least I'll have some peace and quiet at work.
Mr. Krabs, I'm taking my vacation now.
I'm gonna make this one quick. This is the next mistake from this episode, but when Squidward comes out of the Krusty Krab for his vacation, if we pause at the right frame, Squidward's iconic forehead wrinkles, which are always a part of his design, like they're always there, they just poof, they disappear for a split second, which might seem not like a mistake, but it is a mistake. Like, trust me, Squidward's forehead wrinkles are always supposed to be there. This was an animation error. And believe it or not, I still got more, guys. Let's head over to another episode. Let's go. Before I do though, guys, let me know in the comments other SpongeBob episodes you want me to cover, because I'll go and find mistakes in those episodes. So let me know, comment right now. But anyways, let's head into the next episode for more mistakes.
Your Krabby Patty meal, sir.
Bigger now! That's worse than it is!
Okay, baby, we're in season 12 now, a more modern and recent season of SpongeBob, so things are kind of different. The show is widescreen now, and to be real, there's less mistakes because everything's like digital now. Don't worry though, Cartoon Corey still found 3. Here's the first one. The episode SpongeBob's Bad Habit, by the way, I didn't mention that, but yeah, here's the mistake. Take a look at this.
Give me to work, Ethel. Oh, my nails are in terrible shape. Ooh, that feels good. Ethel, you know I like to keep my nails long.
So take a look at this shot of Mrs. Puff from another episode, and I want you to pay attention to her eyelashes, alright? They're always there, everybody has eyelashes, even fish in Bikini Bottom, supposedly. But during this scene in SpongeBob's Bad Habit, when Mrs. Puff removes the towel from her eyes, if we pause at the right frame, boom, right here, our girl's eyelashes are missing. They then pop right back in the next shot, as you can see in slow motion here, but for this one frame, as you can see again, they're missing. That's a mistake, guys, and here's another one from the same episode. This episode has 3.
We'll stop your nail-biting habit quicker than a jet-powered jackrabbit. This'll keep your fingers out of your kisser. Tell me he ain't doing what I think he's doing.
Oh, he's good.
This next one is an audio error. We're always focusing on like animation errors, which are very funny, but this one has to do with audio. Here, I'm gonna play the clip again, but I'm gonna cut it down and make it shorter and make sure it's only when the audio mistake occurs. Let's see if you guys can catch it.
Tell me he ain't doing what I think he's doing.
Did you guys spot it? Well, don't worry, that's what Cartoon Corey is here for. So, when Sandy says, uh-oh, tell me he ain't doing what I think he's doing, we can hear the audio, but her mouth doesn't actually open or move when she specifically says, uh-oh. You just hear the audio line, but her mouth doesn't move, which is incredibly awkward. Not as awkward as this next mistake, though, from the same episode. Take a look at this one.
Relax, Mr. Squarepants. Now, what seems to be the trouble?
Doctor, I can't stop. I can't stop biting my nails. I don't know what to do.
This one was similar to the first. So, when SpongeBob tells Hans that he cannot stop biting his nails, ew, by the way, kids, don't ever bite your nails. It's a terrible habit, hence this episode. As you can see, SpongeBob's eyelashes are missing. And just for reference, here's a shot of SpongeBob with his eyelashes. And now we're gonna go back to that shot in SpongeBob's Bad Habit. And yeah, when he's talking about biting his nails, his eyelashes are missing here. If we keep paying attention though, his eyelashes are also missing throughout his entire hypnotherapy session. But don't worry, they return to normal once he wakes up. Not that big of a deal, like eyelashes missing are kind of like light in terms of mistakes, so don't worry, the next couple of mistakes we'll cover today are gonna be worse. Let's head over to this next episode that's actually a straight to TV special. Let's take a look at this. Up next is another classic. I'm talking about jellyfishing. This episode is all about SpongeBob and Patrick trying to convince the very grumpy Squidward to just go out with them and have some fun. You know what? Here are some really funny clips from this episode before we get into the mistakes. Of course, we're gonna cover the mistake, but you do not want to miss these funny moments. Roll the footage.
Stupid jellyfish, beat it! Whoa!
Welcome home, Squidward!
Merry Christmas!
We're gonna make this your best day ever!
Jellyfishing, jellyfishing, jellyfishing!
This is Jellyfish Fields, where wild jellyfish roam just waiting to be captured. Be the net!
Yeah! You're feeling it, Squid! That's it, all the way! Take them all the way! The last 6 miles make the Squid! Go, go, go! It's in the bag!
This is really your best day ever, isn't it?
Such a good episode. Season 1 is just untouched when it comes to like kids cartoons. But anyways, let's ruin that childhood. Here's the first mistake.
We made a net especially for you. Do you want to come with us?
Really? Jellyfishing with you guys? I can't think of anything I'd love to do more on my day off than go jellyfishing with my 2 best friends, SpongeBob and,
Patrick.
Next time?
Oh, sure, right. Whatever. that'll ever happen.
Yeah, it's more funny than anything, but when Squidward leaves SpongeBob and Patrick on his bicycle, where is SpongeBob's house? Here's a random shot of Conch Street, which as you guys know, it goes Patrick, Squidward, and SpongeBob's house, right? And even considering the angle of this shot where Squidward's leaving, you should be able to see SpongeBob's house right here. So totally a mistake, and here's another one from this episode.
Firmly grasp it in your hand. Firmly grasp it. That ought to do it.
Hey, look! Squid's doing it! Go, Squid, get him, Squid, get him, grab him, nail him, Squid, you got it, Squid!
Go, Squid! This guy's good.
He's a natural. Yeah, you got it, you're doing great. Squid, go, Squid, go, Squid, go!
It's another funny one, but as you guys know, Squidward's net, alright, is like forced into his hand. It's like ripped into his hand, as you've seen in the clips, so it wouldn't change positions, right? But if we watch throughout the episode, Squidward's net changes positions between his hands multiple times. First, it is in his right hand, as you can see here, then it's in his left hand in this shot, but then it's in his right hand again here. So totally a mistake, but you know, I'm more concerned for Squidward, dude. Like, look at this footage again of it being shoved in his hand.
Firmly grasp it!
Ouch, dude. Like, oh my gosh. Ouch, 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 ouch. Now, that's gonna do it for today's video, guys, but if you want more crazy mistakes like you've seen in this video, click this video on screen right here where I talk about more wild mistakes. And guys, between me and you, the mistakes in this video are even crazier, so do it. Click the video, click it, and me and Patchy the Pirate will come to your house and we'll hang out. It'll be fun, so click the video. I'll see you over there. Peace.